Yes, MGC. It's finally happening. 5 in the morning, I'm hitting the road. Driving about the 9 hours I need to get to Milwaukee. I cannot wait. So the time has finally come for another trip down to the Midwest Gaming Classic, or MGC, for 2016. This year I'm joined again by my buddy Justin. And a buddy of his from work, Nick. And he's kind of a newer generation gamer, so he's going to be picking up a lot of history on this trip.
Well, the drive down seems like every year, past 2 years, we run into a snowstorm just before the cities, which was pretty good. This year was actually kind of crazy because we had some pretty crazy accidents we've seen.
Multiple pileups. It got a little bit sketchy there as we approached the Minneapolis-St. Paul area.
Fun and some great people to enjoy the ride with, besides the farts and the...
You know, that's a lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
You know.
Which is funny.
Yeah, when we got here, good timing on Friday. Able to get here for the VIG stuff, pretty sweet. We got the history room, got to see that early. Pretty good games in there, some shooters for the systems.
So Friday night, the VIG event, a very important gamer. We sprung for that this year. It's 250 tickets, so you get exclusive access to the majority of the event the night before the official event opens Saturday, Sunday. So there's a portion of the arcade, some of the other rooms, and then my favorite piece of the entire MGC event, and that is the History Museum. And it was great. Again, there's lots of consoles you'd never see or get to play anywhere else. An FM Towns Marty, there's a JVC XI, among many, many others, and to be able to go through that without the crowds and really enjoy and experience those consoles was great.
We got to see a lot of cool, different game consoles. I know that much. I wish I knew all the names to them, but I'm not very good at it.
So there were a couple vendors open Friday night as well. We had to check that out briefly. And then there was the Ben Heck room, where if you're not familiar with Ben Heck, check out his YouTube channel. And they had a Game Boy project. He built like a 3-foot tall Game Boy that was on display and playable. Really cool. The PC Engine room, where there's a bunch of enthusiasts who support the Turbo and PC Engine. Great to check that out. And then downstairs this year, a group that I recommend everyone check out here on YouTube. They've got a podcast, Guys, Games, and Beer. The Retro Rob is part of that too. I follow both those channels. I'll leave links in the description below. But those guys set up an awesome room downstairs this year. honestly, it was, for me, it was almost like an extension of the History Museum, and they're just, those guys have amazing collections, and what they do every year is they come and they set up their own systems, open them to the public, and let people play.
That's where we went into the guys' games of beers. Oculus Rift, standing up, don't do it. I get motion sickness.
He's pinching a leg.
Oh, they're firing up!
Cool beans.
But yeah, that was an excellent stop. I think we all had a blast in there. And then, yeah, that pretty much wrapped Friday night. So Saturday, the main event, being we bought our tickets ahead of time, we got into the vendor hall at 9:30, half hour ahead of the rest of the attendees at the show. And that's always where the excitement is, going in there and checking out games. They've got a big tent out back of the hotel, and that's where the vendor hall is. Tons of games again this year.
They had some pretty good stuff. I got some games and some Game Boy games because I'm a Nintendo weirdo. It's pretty good.
Oh, Doom, little known fact, rare limited release edition of Doom. Cover art only available through the collector's edition, made out of masking tape. Very rare find. Now, as far as games go this year, I will say retro gaming prices have gone up. I mean, that's just the way things are. I mean, the prices are going up, and prices this year seemed higher than normal. And maybe it's just because my collection's gotten so large, or maybe it's just because I'm so incredibly cheap. It was hard for me to find stuff Saturday. So Saturday was a little bit of a bummer. Plus, you know, we had a little too much fun, and capping the night off with guys, games, and beer kind of extended the fun we had Friday night. So I wasn't feeling all that great Saturday, to be honest.
Ryan was pretty hungover. Little bitch.
You know, it's always a blast looking through those games out there. We get to run into the Bad Graphics Gamers. They had a booth there, so it was cool to run into those guys. Outside of seeing Bad Graphics Gamers, we also ran into some other YouTubers. I got to say hi to CJR. Spoke with Justin and Ryan of Business 17. Saw Greg from Arcade Impossible, Grimsy42, and my buddy Andy from Video Game Experiment. So that was really cool to run into everybody.
be good. They had a free giveaway stuff at the tent for the vendor hall. That was pretty sweet. We got a bunch of shitty sports games. It's good stuff. That was pretty sweet. Free games. You know?
We actually came across the table Sunday as we're walking through, just games thrown everywhere. Mostly crap, to be honest, but a big sign that said free. And I would have gotten footage, but you don't stop to pull out a camera to record something when there's a pile of free games in there. Oh no, you throw elbows and you dive right in. Here's a reenactment of sort of what took place. So the big thing in the History Museum this year that came out Saturday and was on display Saturday and Sunday, the Nintendo PlayStation. First time ever in North America this thing was on display to the public, and they chose to do it in Milwaukee at the MGC, which is just amazing. Incredible to see in person. If you're not familiar with that, what that is it's a prototype. For those of you who don't know, the PlayStation started out as a CD accessory, an add-on to the Super Nintendo, kind of to compete with Sega's Sega CD for the Genesis. Well, they broke ties. Nintendo kind of betrayed Sony, and it never came to be. And there were no known prototypes, and this thing was found about a year ago.
PlayStation was pretty sweet. Wish we could have got to see it operating, but they got pictures of it. Sure, we'll splice them in, I'm sure.
I mean, it really is a holy grail of gaming as far as the history goes, and it was incredible to see that. But yeah, again, I would say MGC this year, excellent time. People are really laid back. Yeah, it's busy. It's a little chaotic at times, but it's a blast. And if you appreciate gaming, especially retro gaming, the history behind it, and you want to be around like-minded people, it's a great place to go. And I got to meet a lot of really cool people and have fun with my friends. I can't wait to go back next year.
Goodbye, people.
So first day with MGC 2016. If you could summarize today in 3 words, exactly 3 words. Well, why are you staring at the camera that's going to murder you? Have a normal conversation. I'm right here. 3 words. Hold it. 3 words today. Go fuck yourself.